Sometimes, I get a little burnt out on Jurassic Park. When that happens, I might take a dive with a new TV show. Or fly over the desert with a new game. Maybe survive on an island with a movie. This is the series where I take you to find the media that deserves your attention. This is Beyond Jurassic. I have more than a mild fascination with the underwater genre. I grew up with a hefty dose of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Echo the Dolphin, Bioshock, The Abyss, Titanic, Ship Simulator, Sphere, Deep Sea Tycoon, Cruise Ship Tycoon, Leviathan, Darkfall 2, and many other nautical-themed games, movies, and books. However, it wasn't until recently that I was able to add a TV show to that list. 1993's Spielberg-produced SeaQuest DSV, a blatant Star Trek Next Gen clone. DSV stands for Deep Sea Vehicle, as the show takes place aboard the flagship of the UEO, the United Earth Oceans Organization, the SeaQuest DSV 4600, a military/research vessel. This show is actually so similar to Next Gen that it almost feels like plagiarism at times. So why would you watch a kitschy 90s Star Trek ripoff? You probably wouldn't. An average viewer would probably get more enjoyment out of a well-written Next Gen episode. But for someone like me, the tacky DSV thumbnail on Netflix was basically begging to be clicked. You know what's one thing the SeaQuest has that the Enterprise doesn't? A talking dolphin.
William Shatner is a ruthless dictator bent on using dolphins to rule the seas.
It's the things like this that made me love this show. SeaQuest checked off so many boxes for me. Weird 90s retro future, check. The underwater setting, check. Cheesy early CGI, check. There was clearly a budget behind this show. Not surprising, since Spielberg and Universal Studios were all in their prime in the early 90s. The sets look great. I love that silvery plastic style that the 90s thought the future would look like. The ideas behind the tech were always imaginative too. Oh yeah, did I mention that this show takes place in the year 2018, at least for the first season? Speaking of this show's future, it has a fascinating universe, probably one of my favorites. In SeaQuest, the world's oceans have been colonized. Thousands of people reside on the ocean floor. Nations have popped up over time, and like the Wild West before it, this frontier became dangerous and required law enforcement, which was eventually provided by the UEO. That has so much potential. That universe has so much potential that it's disappointing this show went completely off the rails in the second season. Eventually, thanks to that horrific season, the show was cancelled after just 3 years on air. Even though the third season did try to make up for it. It was a valiant effort. Anyways, today the show is largely forgotten. But if somehow I piqued your interest with this video, then go check it out on Netflix if you have an account. And if you do, let Captain Bridger know Argie Reviews sent you.